I had a gentleman who, in a fit of schizophrenia, detached his penis. It was cut with a blade and thrown into a toilet. And then his brother picked it up somewhere in Kurukshetra.
Oh my God.
And called me up. I said, you open a bottle of saline from the nearest nursing home, put this into a saline, wrap it with a cold ice, and bring it to me. And he brought it, and I reimplanted that. And I'm talking about 2000, maybe 1999 or 2000.
Did it work after that?
Of course it worked. This guy got married and has got 2 children.
Oh my God.
But when I was doing that, when I was reimplanting a penis, I wasn't sure whether it would work or not.
Okay, 1 second. Now I have to ask you. One where the guy cut off his own penis and threw it in the commode.
Commode, that's right.
Okay. You told the relative to put it in saline water and put it in a bag of ice.
That's right.
So it stayed fresh. It didn't rot. Parallelly, I'm assuming that guy's body was bleeding a lot from down there because there's a lot of blood vessels.
That's right. So they tied it. I told them to tie it, make a bandage, because they went to the nearest nursing home and somebody just tied it and put a bandage. We have what is called Dynaplast, which is a very stiff plaster and it has an elastic thing. So just put it and it sticks and it just holds on. So that's how he came.
What about his balls?
They were intact.
Nothing. He didn't do anything there.
No, he didn't. So he used the old style shaving blades. There are 2 edges to that blade.
Oh my God.
So he used that kind of blade.
And he would have cut it like a piece of wood. Oh God. Did you ever ask him why? What was in his head?
He was not in this state of mind to answer those, because nobody in senses would do that. So he was under treatment for schizophrenia.
So he was basically going through some kind of a brain situation.
That's right.
Which was making him hallucinate or something that
he must have been angry with himself. He may have, I do not know the story, but he may have been following a girl who may have got married. So he thought this is useless. This is the simplest plausible explanation for something like this.
I think a lot of guys associate the self-belief with their penises.
That's right.
Right?
That's absolutely
I think men
right.
in general do.
That's right.
At some age they do, and then after a point you realize, life is much more than this.
That's true. But then at that age, they have nothing else to compare.
How old was he?
He was 24, I think, at that time.
Okay. Now, as a surgeon, that guy's fully wrapped up. You get a bag of ice with his cobra inside it. How do you figure what the first step is in fixing? You give that guy anesthesia.
Of course. He's taken in for anesthesia. We open the dressing under anesthesia, ready to clamp any vessel that bleeds or spurts, because penis is a very vascular organ. So it oozes blood. It is supposed to take a lot of blood. The blood supply is there. So the moment you open up, there will be a fountain of blood.
Literally a fountain?
It is actually.
So when he was lying down, there's blood squirting out.
So we just hold it. We have our technique to hold it. So what we do is we have a kind of instrument. We call it an artery forceps. We keep it ready. The moment it opens, we clamp it.
It's like a plug,
No, it is like a clip, like a hair clip. Suppose something like that. So you just clip it.
You're talking about the hole that was left in place of the penis?
No. The individual arteries that are bleeding.
Oh my God. So you have to go in and just
hold them with each of them, then repair them.
But there's been a protocol in the world of penis surgery where these kind of situations have happened earlier, where someone's penis gets cut off.
Very rare. And there was one report from Australia where it was reported that this has been, but then later on, in those days we didn't have the computers, we didn't have those so many web internet to search. And I also moved on into more cases.
Okay, let's talk about this specifically. I'm just trying to understand your world a little bit more. So you clamp up all the blood vessels. Yes. Then what's the surgical protocol?
So the next is to wash that, remove all the dirt, wash it generously because you don't want any infected material. And then we have an antibiotic solution, so a or what you call a wide spectrum antibiotic solution. So there was amikacin or another ciprofloxacin solution that we made and added streptomycin. At that time, we had a lot of streptomycin with us. So we used those things, made a solution, dipped that organ there, made sure that it kills all the germs. Fortunately, this penis has a cavity which is filled with blood. That is how it gets erected. So that is all open. It is like a sponge. So it's actually like a sponge. So when you put it into that solution, it absorbs all those water, that solution of antibiotics, and it was washed. And then slowly we stitched each artery and vein and the layers of the penis, the urethra, the urinary tube, because that is also transected through which the urine passes. So the penis has a structure like this. It has two corpora cavernosa, two bodies like this, which cause erection, and the third body houses the urethra, the passage of urine. So it is cut. It is actually three structures in a transverse section.
3 pipes?
You can say that. There are 2 cylinders and a small pipe called urethra, which is housed in a spongy tissue so that it can, when it erects, it has a capability of lengthening, elongating, and widening and other things.
So the surgical protocol was you basically refix the pipes.
Exactly.
That's it.
Plumbing.
Plumbing.
Pure plumbing.
Damn.
That's it. So somebody asked me, what kind of doctor are you? So I say, I'm the plumber of the trade.
Wow. Love it.
I'm a urologist. So I deal with the reservoir, I deal with the valves, I deal with the conduit. So
Okay. How long was the surgery?
So that lasted 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. To stitch up one pipe at a time, etc., etc. If the same surgery was happening in 2024, how long would it have taken?
It would have taken maybe a little shorter, because now we have the availability of microscopes. At that time I used loop, but otherwise now we have microscopes. So you have a much finer instruments, you have much finer suture material, the threads to stitch. So that makes things easier.